Hey you guys, I am your chosen abnormal 144, and before I continue on with this particular video, if you guys like my videos thus far and any of my videos resonates with you guys, please click subscribe, like, comment, and or share my material, and I would gladly appreciate that, and you will be blessed by the universe. Trust me, you will be. So with that being said, you guys, I hope that your morning, evening, and or night is going accordingly as planned, especially my abnormals out there. And let me continue. So I'm basically here to talk to you guys. I want to open up a little bit more in regard to me, myself, and I, and just let you in regard to my life and what I've been up to and all of that good stuff, and go from there. So as of yesterday, I had the interview with a star that basically caters to the peer support, and the interview was pretty tough. You know, I was asking pretty tough questions. It was almost like I was under interrogation, and I was asking pretty tough questions, and I felt like I answered them accordingly. And they said that they will get with me next week, regardless, you know, if it's a yay or a nay. They will get back with me next week to let me know if I possibly have the position or not. I'm not going to wait around. You know, I'm at the point where I need to generate money, you know, because I have bills to pay, and you know, a lot of other different things, you know, credit cards and shit like that. I have to take care of stuff, including myself. So it's taken a while, you know. I mean, I have the certificate in regard to being a peer support specialist, but as far as getting in the field, it seems like it's going to take a little bit of time, and I have the time, but I don't. So I'm going to work on my resume, and I'm going to cast the reel out. I'm still getting hit by Indeed, you know what I mean? So people are still hitting me up in regard to job offers and stuff like that, but I really do want a job that centers around being a peer support specialist, because this is what I am. You know, I went through the training for a particular reason, and that is to not only save my own life, but to save the lives of other people that are caught in the matrix, that need further assistance in regard to getting out of the matrix. And speaking of the matrix, I expounded to you guys on several of occasions that I am a former methamphetamine addict, or a former drug addict, so to speak. And my particular drug of choice, I just said it, methamphetamine. And if you guys don't know the story, I will say it one more time, or a couple of more times. I met Satan and his potion. Well, I truly met Satan and had a dose of his potion after I moved to Las Vegas. And this was shortly after Aaliyah passed away, because I will never forget receiving that phone call saying that my favorite, you know, R&B artist passed away. And I think that was around 2001. And shortly after that, I moved to Las Vegas. I'm not going to name this particular bar that I went to, because I'm not trying to glorify it. But I went to this particular bar with a couple of other, you know, individuals, my roommates at that particular time. And I met a gentleman. We went outside, we were talking. They had a nice bag of this crystallized powdery stuff. I thought it was coke, and being naive, you know, they gave me a few bumps, and that was it. The door to the matrix opened up, and I walked my ass right in. And unfortunately, I've been caught in and out of the matrix ever since. And it's a tough battle. It's a very tough battle. You know, I mean, I thought getting over the death of my grandmother was going to be tough. That was fairly easy to overcome, but trying to overcome a methamphetamine addiction is a very, very, very hard thing to do. And thus far, I've been doing good, but as I told you all, the weekends are a very tough time for me, because it's one of those periods where I used to really, really, you know, get it in regard to getting high. And you know, I see it. You know, when you're in the matrix, your eyes aren't. How can I say it? When you're caught in the matrix, it's hard for you to see what you can see when you're out of the matrix. And now that I'm out of the matrix, I can see my people from a mile away. It doesn't matter if you're an alcoholic, it doesn't matter if you're a drug addict, it doesn't matter if you're a prostitute, it doesn't matter. I mean, I've lived that life, so I can see it from a mile away. And I just sit and look, at times, and I'm just like, wow, was that me when I was out there, high on methamphetamine? Was that me when I was out there selling my body, not for drugs, so to speak, but just for the fun of it? Was that me when I was, really fucked up on alcohol and didn't know what the fuck I was doing and showing, what was that me? And it's sad, because there are a lot of lost, broken souls out there. And this is why I really, really, really want to be a peer support specialist so that we, myself and my abnormals, can bring these people to the light, because I can feel, being the empath that I am, I can feel that a lot of these people want to be brought to the light, but they're scared of the light. They're not scared of being burned by the light. They're just scared of the change that the light would give them if they were to, go for it. You know what I mean? I mean, if they were to just allow the light to engulf them and do its work. And a lot of people fear that. Sometimes I fear it. It's just like I'm so used to being caught up in that miserable world that I feel at times that's what I deserve. I don't feel like I deserve anything better, because I've been caught up in that world for so long, and Satan has a way of manipulating the mind to make you feel like you're undeserving of a lot of things, when you know in your heart of hearts, and when God and or Jesus and the spiritual realm also knows in their heart of hearts, you are very well deserving of a lot of blessings. So with that being said, I'm not sure if I shared the fact that I absolutely love like paranormal shows and fantasy shows, what else? And shows like I Survived. I'm not sure if I've expounded to you guys how I absolutely love that show. And I hate the fact that those individuals had to go through what they went through in order for them to tell their story. But I absolutely love, and not just I Survived, I've been listening to the CBN, the Christian Broadcast Network, and they absolutely have some really interesting news. Their news channel is a lot better than the news that I don't listen to the news, to be quite frank, but it's a lot better than the news that I've been hearing lately. It's positive, even though there are some negative aspects about it, but it's truth. It's truth. I love hearing near-death experiences from individuals, because when I hear about how people seen the light, how people came across Jesus, how people seen angels, how people seen fairies and things of that particular nature, it's like, you guys are my people. You guys are my people. I've been through this with methamphetamine, except I seen a world of demonic entities and spirits when I was on methamphetamine. Trust me, when I was up for days and weeks at a time and nearly months at a time going through psychosis and stuff, my mind, God allowed me to see both aspects of it all. He allowed me to see the heavenly aspects of it all, and he allowed me to see the demonic aspects of it all. And trust me, you guys that want to run with Satan, even myself sometimes, I'm just like, damn, I wish I can get high, blah, 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 and be a part of that world. You really don't want to. Satan is a mass manipulator. He is very dangerous. If you fear him. Now, I feared him back in the days. I was scared to fight him, and I was just scared because, he had me. And he almost got me on a couple of occasions in regard to taking my soul, because I was so weak. Either way it goes, these are stories that I would tell you guys at another time and date. But the reason why I enjoy listening to life-death experiences is because I thought that I was having one myself, and this was during a period where I was having a severe psychosis back in Vegas. And if you think that I'm lying, my discharge papers are right here in this folder. And I will give you a little bit of what happened. I was just high as fuck, and my psychosis were very, very bad. You know, I felt like I was on fire at times. I felt like my feet were, you know, being electrically shocked. If I touched my phone, I felt like I was being shocked. There were certain things, like if I was watching TV shows, there were certain messages that would come through those TV shows directed towards me. I'm telling you, you guys, this. The demonic world, like for instance, listen to this guy on CBN saying that he went straight to hell. You know, I think he got into a car accident. Something happened, and his soul went straight to hell. And he was just describing hell, and he was describing the smell. There were times when I would do methamphetamine, and I would be like, "Oh my God, something reeks. Something smells like burnt flesh or something," and come to find out that was my motherfucking ass that was smelling like that. And for the longest, I thought that my internal organs were fucked up because I had done so much methamphetamine. But I go, you know, I get my checkup, excuse me, I get my checkups and everything like that, so I'm perfectly fine, you know. And knock on wood, or not even knocking on wood, just gratitude to source and or the spiritual realm for keeping me well preserved even through years of methamphetamine use. I thought that my internal organs were jacked up because I'm telling you, you guys, I reeked of chemicals, and I just reeked of, it's hard to explain the smell. Just like the guy said on CBN, it's hard to explain the smell because it's a smell of no other. And if you think that decaying flesh smells bad or burnt flesh smells bad, try entering the world of, well, don't try entering the world of Satan, but it's 1,000,000 times as worse than that. I mean, it's the smell that I can't describe it. But anyway, I was having a really, really bad psychosis. And I remember where I was living at. It was Newport Cove Apartments off of West Charleston. And I'm trying to think of what that street is. Was it Ogden? No, it wasn't Ogden. I know it was West Charleston and something else. But anyway, I was living right on the corner, and well, near the corner. And it was morning time, and I was going through a psychosis, and I had two really bad psychoses that I can remember. But this particular psychosis, I was, you know, getting high, whatever the case may be, and I was going through the psychosis spell. I felt like I was on fire. This is when my cat was alive, and you know, I needed to get out of the apartment because I felt like if I stayed in that apartment, it was going to get worse. But it was daylight outside, the sun was out, and I felt like if I were to go outside, and if I was out there for a long period of time, I was going to just literally burn alive. And I mean, I'm telling you, my psychosis were bad. So the food pantry was right next door to where I used to live at in Newport Cove Apartments, like right next door. Now, these people see me every other week. I forgot how many, I forgot how often you can go to that particular pantry, but they see me every other week. And I would go in there high, but sometimes I would be able to maintain myself. But this particular time, I wasn't able to maintain my psychosis or myself. And I went in there in a rage. I was scared, you know. I'm just like, I'm trying to think of what happened. I think that I don't know. I know that I was in the area where we, you know, had to sit and wait to get the food and stuff like that. And I was just freaking out, you know. I'm just like, you know, damn. I just know that the police were called. They were trying to get me to go outside, but I kept telling them I can't go outside because if I go outside, I'm going to burn. And these people, I'm telling you, I felt it, you guys. I felt the electrical shock. I mean, I used to jump over, you know how you can see the shadow of the electrical poles? I used to jump over those when I used to go through psychosis, because if I walked through those particular shadows, I will be able, I'm telling you, I will be able to feel the shocks. My phone would even shock me. I know somebody in this motherfucking world knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Your mind is not in this realm, nor is your body. You know, it's in a whole different realm, and the realm that I was in was the realm of hell, and everything slows down in time. It can also speed up in time. It's fucking weird, but it's real. So anyway, I just remember, I'm trying to think of if the food pantry was even open on this particular day, because I wasn't sitting in the little area. I thought I was sitting in that particular area. And maybe the other psychosis that I'm thinking about, I was sitting in that particular area where we wait to be served. I was sitting in a different area. Oh, either way it goes, the police were called. I didn't want to go outside, and I kept telling them I can't go outside. And before I knew it, they grabbed me and they pretty much drugged me outside. And I kept telling them, because there was a shaded area, I'm like, well, you know, please, can I just stand right here in this shaded area? I don't want to go in the sun. They purposely put me in the motherfucking sun. And the only thing that I needed to do was just get some rest. But I did not know that at the time. I did not know that sleep sleep is the kryptonite to basically get up out of that motherfucking world, so to speak. And I didn't know that. And you know, I had been up and I was freaking out, and I thought, you know, I was feeling it. I was burning. I don't give a fuck what nobody was saying. I mean, you have all them damn chemicals inside of you, and you don't know what type of, I mean, you just don't know. I don't care if I sound crazy to you guys or not, but I know what I went through in regards to that situation, and I haven't even read all of this, my discharge papers, but I will read some of what it says. So it has my age, it has my name. This was, Oakey Boulevard. I was at 6149 West Oakey Boulevard, apartment C. No, that was my phone number at the time. So the reason for visit, psychosis. Discharge diagnosis, brief psychotic disorder, in parentheses F23. So I guess that's the code for psychotic disorder. Cannabis abuse, F12.10. Methamphetamine abuse, F15.10. Nicotine use disorder, I was smoking cigarettes at that time, F17.200. And psychosis, F29. So this lets you know right now that I'm not lying in regard to what I've gone through. I may not be able to remember everything that happened, but I'm telling you, this part, I mean, I got arrested, and this is when they took me to, I think it was Sunrise Hospital. Oh, wow. But either way it goes, I'm going to end this particular story. I will get back to this at a different time and date. I know where I left off at. They took me to the hospital. This is when I went to the psychiatric ward. They locked me up in there. But I want to tell you guys what happened in the hospital, and this is where I felt like I had the near-death experience. But I'm at 19 minutes and something seconds. I don't want to make too long of a video. But anyway, I'll just finish this story at a different time, you guys. I'm sorry, I don't want to make too long of a video. All right, you guys have a good one. Namaste.